I'm Catherine Rhea from RheaManorNaturalMarket.com. I'm here today to share with you another Making a Healthier You tip. And today we're going to discuss the dirty secrets of the bottled water companies. So, the reason I'm interested in this particular subject is because I've been looking for pure, energizing water for 3 years since I've moved to Florida. I couldn't find anything that was anywhere near the spring water that I was enjoying out of my own spring when I lived on my farm in Missouri. Through my research, I came across the Bill Still report. He reported that he was sponsoring his program with this most amazing water product. He said that this made him feel like a new man. He said he no longer had acid reflux. He said his heartburn had disappeared. He said, I just feel really good drinking this water, and I would never give it up. So when I heard that, I was a little bit skeptical, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing out on something. So I decided to do my research. Bill said you can't find this water in a store. You can't run to your local store and buy a bottle of this water. It's just simply not available. So you say, okay, what can I do about that? Well, let me take you aside. I want to show you a weird looking machine about the size of a plastic thermos. Here it is. This is the water smacker. Like I said, it looks like a large plastic thermos bottle, but it does magical work, let me tell you. And there's the stainless steel coil inside. And up here contains the Tesla magic. Watch this machine do its work that took regular filtered water and completely changed it from dead water to live water. Now, most people don't even realize that there's such a thing as live water and dead water, but there is, and you can find out more about those kinds of things by looking on the internet, particularly Dr. Emito's work. His work was outstanding, and he brought the attention to thousands of people across the world that water is alive. It's a living entity, and this living water is what we need to be drinking. So how do we get it? Well, before I go into that, I want to tell you that after 24 hours, I drank another 1.5 liters of this amazing water, so I could confirm what I had felt earlier. It was smooth, it was energetic, it was vitalizing, it was enhancing. It just seemed to give me a full sense of well-being for the first time since I've moved to Florida. So I want to share with you just how amazing this water is and how we are being ripped off, so to speak, by our water bottling companies. Because, frankly, there's no difference between the watered bottle and the tap water. Very little, because it's all dead. Sure, it's filtered, and it's packaged, and it's bottled, and it's sold, but I will show you later in this video, it's all dead and really doesn't support our health system, doesn't support our cells, doesn't feed our mitochondria. It just simply is not living. What was in this unusual machine that made it work and made water so much healthier than anything you can imagine? I soon found out that the inventor of the machine, Bob Boyce, who used to work in agencies, let's just put it that way, and had a desire to make a healthier life. He's a scientist and a physicist and whatnot. And he had a desire to make healthier living water, health-enhancing water. He discovered all nature is governed by the Schumann frequency of 7.83 hertz. And today we are so bombarded with all the frequency interferences of Wi-Fi, radio waves, microwaves, satellite waves, home appliances, cell phones, computers, and smart meters, that our own health is at risk. So Bob figured out a way to send a longitude pulse frequency into the water from this machine. And when we drink the charged or smacked water, as he calls it, it helps us to get back to the earth frequency we best thrive in. Bob Boyce, as my new friend, explains how this water technology is already used all over Japan, where the average lifespan is among the highest of all countries on the earth, as well as Iceland. Iceland has a great many people living well into their hundreds. And why? It's because of the water they drink. It's live, loaded with life-enhancing bacteria, elements, whatever it's called, I don't really know. And that's what we're going to try to figure out today. But the problem is, it's only now being discovered in the United States how important the water is. We had that problem in Flint, Michigan. We noticed real quick how water was important, children dying, people getting terribly sick diseases because of the water. Well, if you hadn't heard of Dr. Emito, I think I mentioned him earlier, he did a research on water and is an outstanding piece of work. And he brought to light to thousands about the structure of live water versus dead water. So if you want to know anything about live water and dead water, Dr. Emito's site can give you a lot of details. I also read Andrew's host of testimonies that he had collected. Now, Andrew is the manufacturer of this amazing water charging device, and he's here right in California. But I was really amazed about how this one person was gushing over how her water machine was used and how her entire family experienced many health benefits as a result of using this water. So I can't make it any clearer. I mean, this is so amazing. And you would think that it would be shouted from the rooftops in American newspapers, but lo and lo, it is not. That's why I want you to continue watching this so I can share with you exactly what this machine is, how it works, why it's important for you to have it, and how you can gain your health back. Well, let's get back to my talk. During my research, I made sure I had a good supply of this water the entire time I was doing the research. But even then, I didn't expect to have any sudden results. Other than, that it felt really good. I was thirsty, and it satisfied my thirst and quenched it. But to my surprise, 27 days later, after drinking this water, all my plantar fasciitis pain was gone, my bursitis pain was gone, the floaters in my eyes were gone, and after 67 years of never having fingernails grow or have any white on my fingernails, I had white on my fingernails, and then after 84 days of drinking this amazing water, I had no more gingivitis, which I had for 40 years. I have dental records that would prove that. I had gingivitis for 40 years. And now, after 84 days of drinking this water, I have no more gingivitis. Even my skin looks smoother, better, and healthier. So when I drank the water, and I'm still drinking it, I felt energized and fantastic. I even noticed fewer hairs left my comb. Is my hair getting thicker? I think it actually is. Also, if you really want to get down to it, I think my face glows, and I think I have less wrinkles. We'll see. I lost count of how many people I read about who looked years younger because of this hydrogenated microclustered water. I've missed out. I should have started sooner. However, after reading all these testimonies and experiencing all the positive health improvements for myself, I knew what I had to do. I started doing deeper research, first because I was fascinated to learn how this water worked, and to be honest, because I was still overwhelmed with the new information and the new experiences that I was having. I couldn't stop thinking about this strange water and how hardly anyone has access to it or even realizes it exists. I guess I'm having trouble understanding is why isn't it being shouted from the rooftops? Why isn't all the newspapers and the media shouting, hey, look what we found? All you have to do is drink this certain water and you can regenerate your DNA. You can look years younger. You can take the pain away from your life. You can have more energy. You can have better vision if you would just simply drink this water. I mean, why isn't that being shouted? Well, that's another video. But let's get back to what we were talking about. After a couple of weeks, I ordered this machine, as you know, and the price tag was pretty steep. But I found out that it was far cheaper compared to many of the alkaline machines that go for $4,000. Excuse me. And those machines don't even pulse in the frequency of the earth or liven the water by energizing it with the Tesla coil inside the machine. All it does is alkalize it, microcluster it, ionize it, and raise the pH, which is all good. But somehow that living earth frequency isn't there, and it's missing. And I think this is the key to why our machine works so much better. Continuing where I left off, I don't believe there's a better deal. This is the real deal. And can you get one? Of course you can. In fact, I discovered it's super easy to get this. You can make this water yourself. It's so cheap. It's a better bargain than bottled water. Because even the cheapest bottled water doesn't promote life. Bottled water simply does not have life in it. Whether you buy the pricey kind or the cheapest kind, it's still the same because it simply does not have the life energy any longer in the water. It may have had it when they first put it in the bottle, but when it sits on the shelves for days, weeks, months, it loses its live energy, which is what you need when you drink your water. So after I discovered all these things, I am now ready to go public with my findings, and that's why I prepared this video for you. In fact, I've already mentioned how many things I have experienced, but I want you to discover what makes this water so healthy and how to create it yourself and to see how it compares to every other kind of water on the market in a live video that I'll have right here. Hello, this is Katharina Ray from Ray Manor Natural Market coming to you today with another Making a Healthier You tip. We want to test whether our water has compatibility and harmony with our life. If the water's passed that test, then we'll go on to other measurements to determine which water would be the very best for us to consume. We are going to measure these harmonies to the human cell with the Lecker antenna. The Lecker antenna is nothing more than a device that has subtle measuring abilities, electromagnetic measuring abilities, and it can also measure if or not a item or liquid, project, friend, whatever, is compatible to the human cells. So today we'll use the Lecker antenna to determine the fitness of each of these waters concerning how they harmonize with our human cells. I'm going to start with pouring each of these bottles of water into the identical glasses to make as much possible the results not be negated by different types of glass or different types of plastic containers. So the first step in doing this will be to pour each of these different waters into identical glasses. First, I will begin with great value distilled water. Then next we'll do SE spring water. Now we'll open the bottle of Smart sparkling water. And then great value purified drinking water. And then we'll do Separate Hills spring water. And then, I don't think you'll be able to see me pouring it, but we'll do the Boss water. Now, did you see all those bubbles? Okay, and then artesian water from Fiji. And then the Life water. There we go. This is our tap water. And this water is from the water smacker. This water is from the water smacker. So this is the tap water. This is water smacker water. Okay, let's see what we find out. We'll begin with the Great Value distilled water. Now the antenna did not move at all. Now we'll try the SE spring water. Very subtle movement. Now the Boss. Very little movement. Fiji. No movement. Smart water. Nothing. The purified water from great value. Nothing. Life water. We got a little movement with life water. Zephyr's Hills water. Yes, a little bit of movement. Tap water. Okay, I know that you didn't have a chance to see the results from the Zephyr's Hills water, nor the tap water, nor the water smacker, because I put my big back in the way. However, I have moved my camera and we will continue our little experiment. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Now here's the tap water. No movement. Now, get over here. I'll do the Sapphire Springs. Ever so slightly, a little bit of a movement, indicating there's some harmony with our cells. And now I will do water from the water smacker. There you can see it's telling us that it is harmonious with our cells. It really likes it. That's fantastic. So there you have it. Every water tested with our Lecker antenna showed that there was no or very little substance that was harmonious to human cells. Only the water smacker water showed results regarding life-giving, life-enhancing, hydrating 37.2 trillion cells of your body abilities. Okay, so there you have it. Each of these waters showed no or very, very little compatibility with the human cells. Only the smacked water showed a great deal of energy in its water, showing that it was very harmonious to your cells. So I hope that you will consider looking into the water smacker, its abilities, how it works, and how it brings the Earth's pulse into your water of your choice. It livens up any of these bottled waters, as I will show you in another video. But without the water smacker enlivening your water, you're basically drinking dead water, no matter how much you paid for your water. So I hope that this message has been informative and that you will take a good look at what the water smacker has to offer to your health and to your life, and how important it is for you and your family to have one. So please go now to our RayManorNaturalMarket.com and take a look in the search bar for the water smacker and you can get all the details there on how it works for you.